And we're live.
Welcome back, Nathan and
Welcome
Steven
back.
podcast Times. It's been
Months.
a while again,
Long.
and it might be again after this. I don't really know.
We don't know. We try to
Well,
be consistent and then, things just don't work out.
yeah, and basketball season starts tomorrow.
No,
So,
no, no, no. Basketball is, we get to watch you do, I don't know.
today we're talking about what if. There's a lot of things to catch up on, but this is something new and recent. So, figured we'd start with that. And I like talking about TV series because
Animated TV series.
exactly animated stuff.
You're so good.
Okay, well, you could start. We'll start with general thoughts because with something with so many episodes, we could talk about like each and every episode. So we'll start with the general stuff.
Overall, very good, I think. Pretty much, no, actually, I was going to say pretty much what I thought it would be, but I think it went above and beyond what I thought. Because, like, I mean, all I knew going into it, like, I knew a couple of the episode ideas, but I didn't think it was going to get as complex as it did. I thought it was just going to be, like, fun, like, fun scenarios, like Peggy Carter, like, being Captain Britain, or T'Challa being Star Lord. Like, even that episode, it kind of dove into it and looked at all the possibilities. Like, it wasn't just that one change. Like, it affected the whole universe. That was cool to see. And
Yeah.
then as it got on, or as it went on, like, the show got more complex in the ideas it tackled, and I thought it did it really well. You know.
Mm. I liked I liked how it was an anthology series,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked how it was animated, and it was cool. I liked how they were one-off stories. Like in the end, it all tied together as a finale. And not that I didn't like that, but I definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I really liked it being like individual stories and like kind of, this is that and it's over. But it was like I still liked the finale. It's not like I didn't. And I saw some complaints about it, how it was like because it was anthology and stuff, people were just like, oh yeah, they don't tie together, so people weren't anticipating each episode and stuff, and like people weren't getting excited for the next one to come out. But I completely disagree with that. I was like, I watched everyone on the day it came out, and I was still looking forward to them and stuff, and I liked seeing what story was going to be next. So I thought I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought. Um, I definitely was excited for each episode. Like, I didn't always have the time to watch it on the day it came out, but pretty much watched it either that day or the next, just like as soon as I could. So, I mean, I thought it was really well done. Um, yeah, I was definitely excited, like, especially for certain episodes, you know.
Yeah, and I do want to. I'll probably rank all the episodes at the end. But as far as like this ranks amongst the other shows, I'd say it's behind Loki, but
Yeah,
probably above WandaVision, Falcon
yeah,
and Winter Soldier.
I agree. It's pretty
I,
much,
I think I need to rewatch WandaVision and give it
or
another
not,
go.
or maybe just don't.
Because well, I think just I was not that I was caught up in the hype of it, but like I was so affected by like everyone's theories and what was happening at the time that I didn't even get to like judge it on my own. I feel like so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was just funny to see all the fans go crazy, but and it kind of just made me not like the show.
Yeah,
Um,
but What If seems to be universally agreed on as like really good, and they're renewing it I think for a season two, which I don't even know how that works now after like
yeah, like, it made sense in the beginning because I thought
yeah
it was just gonna be anthology, but then with the whole,
story part of it.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well okay, we could just go to each episode now and talk about it because I think each one has its own
Yeah, we'll just
special
bullshit.
qualities about it. So the first one was Captain Britain.
Yeah. I mean, by far the most, like, the not. It's not bad. It's just not as good as the other ones.
Yeah.
Like, the story is pretty simple. The only major changes that happen is Peggy is Captain Britain and Steve is like Iron Man, kind of, and that's pretty much it. Other
Yeah.
than like the also like the tentacle thing, but it's a pretty simple storyline. But I think it was still done well. And it was like cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely the safest bet, and I think that's
Yeah,
because it was the first one. Like they literally changed one thing, and they followed that story. They followed the Captain America story pretty much, but only with Peggy as the lead.
Yeah,
But I also feel like if they didn't do that, it might have like I feel like if you opened up with
it would have been pretty overwhelming.
yeah, it would have
Yeah,
been weird if you opened up with like the Thor episode or something. So it was kind
yeah.
of it was smart, and I like that one. So
No, yeah,
really,
it's so good. Yeah, um, yeah. So it's just like a pretty basic episode, good to start on.
and so at the end of this one, I think it was this one, right, where they tease like was it that one that Captain Marvel was at the end or no? Because there was one where they show someone frozen in the ice and Captain Marvel shows up at the end, and then they just cut it off. Anyway, I don't know if this was that one or another one, but each episode like had the thing where
Yeah, I know what you're
they left
talking
it
about.
open ended.
Yeah, I thought.
Might not have been that one, but there was one where it was frozen in ice, and they. I don't think it was that one actually. This one they just left open ended in a different way.
Captain Marvel, I think, was teased. I have the episode list pulled up.
Oh, you know what? I think it was at the end of the mystery one
It the miss.
where they did like the murder mystery thing, and who was like.
Oh, was it the?
I think
Oh,
because Captain America didn't get like assassinated or anything because he was never there.
yeah. No, no, you're right.
And then at the
Because it
end,
was
Captain.
like because it was like Nick Fury giving a speech about like
Yeah,
a new
yeah,
set of Avengers, kind of, or like yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
yeah,
because Captain America didn't get killed, so
yeah, because he wasn't there
they
ever.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So anyway, but I do like how they leave it all open ended, and I don't know like for season two, are they gonna like continue the threads that they left like already, or are they just doing completely new stories now?
Yeah, I mean, I know Danny was saying that they're going to do a Gamora and Tony Stark episode.
Oh yeah, I think that was supposed to be season one, and then they didn't
Yeah, so
finish.
like that one makes sense because they haven't actually looked at that, and they showed that in the finale.
Yeah,
But then like yeah, they could go into the other episodes, like maybe explore. I don't know because Black Widow gets left with a group. Is that what are they fighting? What were they fighting? I don't remember.
I don't know.
They're fighting something, but she
Yeah,
gets put into another universe. But yeah, but like I don't know. I mean, they could explore the different um endings, go in more in detail.
yeah. So that was the first one, and it was just simple, not that much to talk about, but I liked it. And oh, one thing I heard this complaint, and I kind of agree. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do, but it was only like a 30-minute episode, but they tried to go like beat for beat through the entire like first Captain America movie, and it felt like rushed. And I guess that was true, but I don't know. I feel like that they put all these episodes in like 30-minute things, so a lot of the stories they're not going to be rushed, but they're not going to be as in depth.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most of the stories they do a lot with the 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, it definitely feels like yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's like well executed and it has good pacing. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, that one a little bit because I guess you do have to fit 2 hours into 30 minutes, but it's not terrible.
And we'll get to it, but like the Doctor Strange and the zombies one, especially, like they felt like full blown movies, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the runtime was definitely not super long.
yeah.
Anyway, so the next one's T'Challa as Star Lord. I didn't really understand that what if at first. I was like, oh, it's just what if he was Star Lord. I thought that was kind of
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the what ifs, like at first they started with a format where it was like, well, like okay, some of the episodes have like a format where there's like a clear distinction of one thing led to this whole thing happening. Like
yeah,
for Peggy Carter, it was like she stayed in the room, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then
He became
for like the murder mystery, it was that his daughter died, I think, and then um Doctor Strange was like if Christine died.
yeah.
But like, yeah, the T'Challa one wasn't really clear. It was just like if he got like I don't know. It was kind of weird. He just
It wasn't
happened.
like a change to the main storyline. It was just like, what if this happened right here? It's like,
Yeah,
it's really random.
yeah,
But no, that episode turned out being way better than I thought. I think I liked it a lot more too because it was so different than the first one. Like
yeah. That is true.
it wasn't bad, but the first one or the second one had so many changes, like random like blonde Nebula and then good guy Thanos and a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff like that. That was like really cool to see because it's stuff I never thought I would see. So.
yeah. Yeah. I like this episode a lot. I think it's hard to say. I forget my initial ranking.
I know I had one as well, but well,
Um,
yeah,
but it was still pretty high up, decently into the show. I think. Um,
yeah,
I just like the idea. Like they played around with a lot of characters and it was like they did it in a good way. Like Thanos, I liked seeing. I liked how T'Challa, like his character, bled into Star Lord, and it was like this good version of Star Lord, and he was able to like do all these things, and it just shows like T'Challa's character, even.
Yeah, he was more of like a. I know. Everyone looked up to him and actually praised him as Star Lord, which is funny
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Chris Pratt's Star Lord is, his whole thing is nobody knows who he is. So I kind of like that.
yeah,
And the Collector, I thought that was more like an Easter egg thing, but he had all these weapons and like tools and stuff that were from all the other MCU movies. Like I'm pretty sure he had Hela's like
yeah.
sword
He
and
did.
helmet or whatever, but a bunch of other stuff, and I thought that was cool
Hmm.
because this whole show kind of felt like a whole Easter egg fan service thing. Kind of, it's like a reward for watching it all. It's like, yeah, here's in a good way though. It's just like
Yeah, yeah.
they expect you to have seen all the other movies, so they know they can throw all this stuff at you and you understand. So I kind of like that.
Hmm. Yeah, the collector was OP. I don't know
I
what
know.
happened,
I know.
but he just like I don't know, but yeah, definitely a good episode. I mean, none
Yeah.
of these episodes are bad.
I didn't think any of them were bad. There
Yeah,
were just some that were more like boring than the others, but
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Then I mean, I guess that's pretty much it for that one.
yeah.
And then that one
Oh, the
ends
one thing
with
I'll say is I liked how Chadwick Boseman, like, okay, I remember seeing
yeah,
that one. I was like, oh, this is gonna be the last time we see Chadwick Boseman. Like, that's bittersweet or whatever. And then it was like he was in like four more episodes, which like I wasn't complaining about, but
yeah,
it was so much of him. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah. It
Anyway,
was, and then that one ended with because Star Lord wasn't, or I mean, Chris Pratt wasn't Star Lord,
yeah,
and that like his dad was able to get to him, or whatever. Um, so yeah, and that was kind of it. Um, and then third one was the murder mystery, like all
yeah.
the others die. I like this one. I mean, oh, one sec. Um, yeah, I mean, it was cool to see it like revisited all the old movies, um, especially Hulk because I haven't seen that movie in forever, and
I
I
don't
was
even
like
know if I've seen the full Hulk movie, so it was like weird seeing the
like
characters.
revisited the place. I was like, oh, and I completely forgot about I don't even know her name, but General Ross's daughter.
Yeah,
She's like still a character in the MCU, like
yeah.
technically speaking, but
Also, random comment. Now that like Hulk solo movie's coming out soon or
yeah,
whatever, not soon, but like I wonder if they're even gonna mention like the first original Hulk even happening because it's not
yeah,
even like
I
an
don't
MCU
know.
movie.
It's like it's not part of the MCU.
No, it's so different. Like everything about it, even like the fact that the actor just like doesn't play Hulk anymore, just like completely separates it. So
And it's like part of a different like Disney still doesn't technically own it.
yeah, it's like Universal. It's just
Yeah,
really.
just everything about it is different.
No, but I liked this one because it was like each one they take like increasingly more risks. I feel like for the most part, and they get more different. It was kind of cool to see like a completely different take on a what if. Like it felt like how no, I don't know if this is a good example. The Mandalorian has like a different director for each one, so there's something different about each one. But it still feels connected. But like this one definitely felt like I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't. I think it had the same director all the way through, but it felt like they had a different person at the helm of each story, which I
Yeah.
liked.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, the Mandalorian episodes definitely all felt really distinct.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's kind of the same. Um, yeah, and then it was cool to see that it was actually Hank.
yeah.
Like it's crazy to see like how actually overpowered Ant Man is,
Mhm.
but like we get Scott Lang and he's like kind of
No,
chill.
I know. Like
It's just, like
that
balance of
concept
the
is so like
character.
OP.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and then Nick Fury is also like insane.
Yeah, well, I was an idiot and I like didn't realize that like Loki like was partially Nick Fury or whatever, like for at the end of it or whatever.
Yeah,
Like that was their like plan. Like I forgot that Nick Fury and Loki met up, so Nick Fury was just like dodging everything and like acting like a Jedi, and I was like, what the heck is happening right now? And then I just realized it was Loki. I was super confused, but
yeah.
uh what's weird is like I don't know after Endgame how many of these characters are returning and stuff. Like obviously we have Loki and stuff, but a lot of the OG people, like especially Black Widow, I know who's dead now, and like Iron Man, obviously. So it's like weird to see them again after it feels like I already like. So it's kind of cool, but also like it's
You
strange because I don't know if it's the last time I'm gonna see them or not.
didn't like seeing Tony Stark die another 10 times.
Dude, no, he literally shows up to die. It's actually so funny because when he was in the, I guess he was in the Killmonger one a little bit more, but when he was at the start of this What If, and I didn't know what the What If was, I was like, oh, I guess it's the Tony Stark episode. Dies.
Yeah. And then what other ones? He dies in,
Zombies.
yeah, zombies, and then it shows his death scene. And was that the Killmonger one?
Yeah,
It shows his death scene from
yeah.
Endgame.
They show it in the Killmonger one, then he dies again
Yeah,
later.
and then dies, and then uh, that's it, right? I think
I
that's,
think so, but that's still like 4 deaths in
I know.
an episode series. So
um.
good.
So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I like this one more or less than the T'Challa one.
I don't know. I liked it. I remember liking the T'Challa one more, but I kind of like how it's a different concept and idea, and it's something like it's a
Yeah,
completely different path than the other ones.
it
Not that
is.
the second one wasn't, but this one just like was just twisted the MCU completely. It was like, oh yeah, if this one thing happened, all this different stuff would happen, not just like T'Challa on its own.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. Um, and then it was a Doctor Strange one, which was
yeah. I
still
think
one of the top ones.
this is still my favorite. I think it's this one or the zombies one, but
Yeah, I think number 8 for me.
I like eight a
The,
lot too.
yeah, the prior to the finale,
That one was really good.
and then
But
Doctor Strange, then zombies. I think, but
the Doctor Strange one felt like a two-part like thing almost. Like
it was really long. I mean, not long, but it
but
just
it
felt
felt like yeah. But they show so many variations of I don't even know his partner's name, but they show her death so many times. Like and
like
that
Christine.
whole thing felt like its own thing. And then they had that
Yeah,
whole arc of him on his own doing that.
yeah,
And then that third part where he fights himself, like it felt like a really long story.
yeah, it was really long. And then um, it kind of explored the idea of an absolute point, which I still,
Yeah,
because I get it, but then at the same time, there's a universe in which she doesn't
exactly.
die.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't have to have like because it doesn't in our
is it an
timeline.
absolute point in that universe?
Maybe
How does that work?
I it must just be in that universe that has to happen. I don't really understand. But
Yeah, but then what if they follow everything that happened in the other universe? Wouldn't she survive? I don't
yeah,
get it.
I
I don't
know.
know.
So I guess
They
it
gotta
doesn't
like
have to go that way. I know. I don't understand
they
that.
just like introduced it. They haven't fleshed it out. It's cool to see that compared to a Nexus point, which we know is like when it splits. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, that reminds me. Did this show happen as a result of Loki, or were they gonna?
they don't know. I don't. Is it even Loki anymore? It still might be Spider Man.
No, that's not like I when I first saw Loki, I was like, oh wow, this is really the show they're gonna introduce everything as, and I still think it probably is that, but
I
like
know.
at the same time, it's I hope they don't because they're doing a Loki season 2. I hope they don't just keep like that story contained in this.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know. It's confusing now. Like I need answers
I know.
because it was pretty clear that like Loki broke the timeline,
Yeah,
and then it's like Spider Man might have broke the timeline, and then people still think Wanda might have, and it's like that doesn't make
I
sense.
know. There's like 3 different ways.
Um, yeah. So I don't know, and then I don't know how this show because it's canon, right? Like
It is, yeah.
so. I mean,
And there's rumors that like some of these what if characters will like reprise their roles in the Multiverse of Madness movie.
they want Strange Supreme so bad.
That would actually be like really like I don't think that would happen at all, but that would be crazy if that was like really him in the Spider-Man thing. Like I don't think they would even dare put a cartoon character in that on
um,
top of everything they're doing.
yeah, no, Danny was like, he said to me, he was like, um, and now that we've seen Strange Supreme, don't you think Doctor Strange is gonna be underwhelming in the cinematic or in the movies? I was like, I mean, I don't know. I like
He's
we
still this yeah,
yeah, I mean, like, not really. Like he's still overpowered. I mean, but he's still not given that much to do. Like
I
for
know.
being given that much power, he like doesn't do much. Like in Endgame, he literally held back water.
I know.
Infinity War was the only time.
Yeah. That like when people were like hyping up like Strange Supreme, the fight was ridiculous because it was, I guess,
Yeah,
another Doctor Strange. But him versus Thanos, I thought was like really similar to that still.
yeah, it was.
Like I watched that fight again, and it's still like
It's one of the
pretty.
best fights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy still for like, and it's live action. So I
yeah,
don't know. I don't think he'll be underwhelming. I just think that also Strange Supreme isn't even evil. He like
yeah. No, he's
comes back around.
yeah.
So
I
I don't
mean,
think
he
that
was
even could be
evil.
him.
It's just he was like twisted. Like he just didn't know,
Yeah,
and he also got time to just sit. Like we don't know how long he was just sitting there for in eternity.
a long time.
Yeah,
But the story was good, and I liked the fight. And yeah, and I also this was the first like hint that we got that the Watcher was like a character and not just a
yeah,
narrator,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
was like the best part to me. I remember I was super surprised at that.
Oh
So
yeah, it's cool to see the Watcher get flushed out throughout the
yeah,
show.
I
There's
know.
more to do.
Because before that, I didn't know he was going to be like a character in like the finale and everything. So it was like, and of course, like it makes sense too that Doctor Strange would know about the Watcher
Hmm.
because he studies all that stuff, and if
Yeah.
it was any character, it would be him. So,
Hmm. Yeah. No, yeah. This episode is really good.
so yeah, at this point in the show, like when I was releasing, I was like, yeah, this is the strongest one. And
Yeah. Yeah. It was a really cool concept, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just wish the Doctor Strange movie was more like Danny thinks it's so good. I don't. It's so average.
that's why I'm excited for the second one because I hope they feel like they can do more now, especially with like
Yeah.
the newer stuff that's come out. It's a little more like Loki's really weird. So, but in a good way. Like I feel like they'll be more adventurous now with the Doctor Strange.
Hmm. I think they will. I mean, it's gonna be Mephisto, so I hope it is. just, just so I can laugh that he's actually in the MCU.
Dude. Anyway, so the next one was Marvel Zombies,
Yeah.
and this one was like surprisingly more well thought out than I thought it would be.
Hmm.
Because it was just like, what if zombies? I was like, okay, so what if there's zombies? But like, I liked how it was like there was a reason behind it for Hank Pym or whatever returning, and they got some virus or whatever. That made sense to me.
Yeah.
And I liked how Bruce Banner was returning from whatever back to the Earth. So it was like a throwing him in the middle of like an apocalypse situation.
Hmm.
And we didn't really get to see the backstory as much as like we were just thrown in it already amongst the
Yeah. No,
survivors.
yeah. I think they started it in a good place. Starting from the beginning probably would have been kind of boring.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. I liked how it took place during, like you kind of forget it takes place during Endgame,
yeah,
or Infinity War, not Endgame.
yeah, yeah,
Um, uh, but it's cool to see, like you forget, and then at the end, Thanos is a zombie,
yeah.
which it's because of kids, right? Because kids went back, because it's not like the virus spread to other planets. Like, it had to
I don't
be
really know.
because in the very beginning they fight his children.
Yeah, and then they get infected. Yeah, I must have been that.
Yeah,
Or he arrived and got bit or something.
yeah. Because he doesn't go to Earth. Wait,
Well, he shows up in Wakanda, I think, at the end.
yeah, but at the very end. Was that no? Yeah, that's where he's at the very end of the story.
Yeah.
And remember,
Anyway,
he's on Titan. Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, and then I liked how Spider-Man was the main character. He finally got something to do in this show.
yeah, I saw
Um,
people making. I haven't seen it, but I know you have. The people are making comparisons to that Spider-Man and the like animated series one, just because I know it's like the same voice actor or whatever for one of them. But people were saying he felt more like that Peter Parker than the MCU one.
um, I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, no, I feel like it was still felt like Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like it was interesting to see what like actors came back to voice their characters and which ones they just like filled in with other
Mm.
people.
Yeah,
And
the
it didn't like take me out of it sometimes, but like it was kind of weird to hear people doing impressions that almost felt
the
like
only one was pretty much Tony. Like that's the only one that was felt
yeah,
really off.
yeah,
But all the other ones were pretty accurate. I feel like.
yeah.
Well, and Black Widow was kind of weird, but
Black Widow sometimes sounded like spot on, and other times I could like tell, and it was really weird to me.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I thought giving Peter Parker like the main character role in this was a good idea, just
Yeah.
based on like he is the most optimistic out of all the Avengers. Christian's FaceTiming me. Should I answer for the
Yeah,
for
you
the
can.
okay. Say hi to Nathan.
Hey.
It's going great. You're making a guest appearance.
Oh, you're doing it right now?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
No, what's up?
Spider-Man's good.
That's not what we're okay. I mean that kind of is what we're talking about. He's gone. Um yeah, I don't know what that was.
What did he say?
Nothing. He just said Spider-Man's good. Oh, he didn't realize we were filming right now. And then he just dipped.
Anyway.
Anyway. Um yeah. And then I liked how he formed a relationship with Hope.
Yeah, I
Um
know. That was another thing, especially after Doctor Strange, when they've had like multiple episodes of like actual emotional like stakes to it and
yeah.
stuff that and it was weird because I didn't expect that, but I was like more attached to the story and the characters than I thought I would be.
hmm
And then
Um
I liked Vision and Wanda in it as well,
that's yeah. I
and how
like
that was like the main plot or whatever. His Vision was like trying to feed people, whatever, pretty much. But it like kind of they kind of like went back to WandaVision and showed that part of it. So I actually
yeah,
like that.
I liked how it was like you would think Wanda was the only crazy one, but clearly Vision.
No, yeah, that was the good part about it.
Yeah.
Both
Um
sides. But
yeah,
then they all die at the end anyway. So
not Wanda.
yeah, well,
She comes back.
yeah.
I don't know. Um yeah, I don't know.
I don't have a. I just, but I like that one as well. Those probably. I still think I like Doctor Strange one
Mhm.
better, but
Everyone kept dying and it just
I
I think
know. But I did like that one.
yeah. It
And
was
then the
just
next one I think was Killmonger.
I think so. Let me check. Yeah, yeah. And then Thor. Also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard because I like from watching it, I was like, I don't know, probably Killmonger's probably gonna do something just based on his character. But I wanted to believe that he was gonna be a good person.
I know. It was the thing I liked is how they did like the Black Panther storyline, but they just pushed it up all the way to like Iron Man 1.
Hmm
Like it was like another way for him to gain power and control and
Yeah,
stuff. Like it was his main goal, but he just did it at a different time. So that was the best part of it for me.
yeah. Um,
Like as far as creativity, I didn't think it was like a super adventurous story like the other one. So I remember not being disappointed, but being like, wow, it's a little step down from like Doctor
yeah, I
Strange.
mean, you just came off the two best ones.
Yeah, exactly. But I did like that one.
Yeah, it was still good. I thought Tony's character felt a little off.
It did. It didn't. He wouldn't put that much trust in the guy he just met. I feel
I
like.
know, but it was still cool to see them like form a relationship. Like it's cool to see these like characters that you've never seen
Yeah.
interact with each other. You know?
Yeah, like they've never met, but they also wouldn't have a reason to and other
Yeah.
stuff. But then again, that one at the end also sets up like Shuri and Pepper, like going,
Oh, that was so weird.
like
That
they all try to do something like that.
yeah, it was that was the weirdest ending.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's like how much do I like the other ones were like, oh, that's an interesting thing. Oh, I cut off, but then I was like, how much do I really want to like see them go after Killmonger?
yeah, it's cool to see Killmonger win.
Yeah, I know.
Um, man, Black Panther,
It was one good.
he doesn't win, but he accomplishes. He
Yeah,
does something, you know.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. There's not much to say. Like
No,
it's just
yeah,
like
that one was good as well.
yeah, they're all good. It's like I like it better when we can just roast something.
Yeah, I know. It's it's harder talking about good content.
Yeah,
And then I like, and the next one was Party Thor, and that one was
this one was probably like out of the newer episodes, it's pretty low. I think
yeah,
it's just like they had cool concepts,
yeah.
but it was a really casual episode.
I know.
But I'm guessing that was because it set something up, so like set something so big up at the very end. And it was cool to see Loki and Thor were cool relationship. Like I
I
saw
know
some
it did have like surprisingly more entertaining things than I thought when I first like heard about it. So that was the good part.
um, but
And he
like,
fights Captain Marvel.
huh?
And he
Oh
fights
yeah,
Captain Marvel.
that does happen. And she can't lift Mjolnir after
Yeah,
Brie Larson said that she could.
there you have
That was the best part of the
it. I
episode.
know it's funny.
Um, other than that, it was just like I don't know. Like it didn't really tackle anything serious. Like it was one of those because there's like the serious episodes where it's like sad, and then
Yeah,
there's like they get pretty dark. But then there's like the ones that are just kind of casual. The dark ones are better, but it's nice to have a break.
yeah.
Um,
Just the whole idea of it, like at the end, he had to clean up the party. Like I guess was the entire Earth, but like before it
yeah,
filled,
that was
like
just
it
like
just felt like a kid
yeah,
comedy.
I know it was. And Thor's character is just like after seeing him in Endgame, it's like I don't like him.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like it because he goes back to
Like, but it shows his character change. It's like he kind of was like that in the beginning of first Thor.
how he's reckless and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
guess that is odd. Yeah, I didn't even think
you watched it? I thought
the
you
what?
said you with Thor.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, I can't remember if you watched it or not.
No, I watched. I went back and watched Thor and Thor: The Dark World because I hadn't seen them, but
They're not
it was
good.
not worth my time.
Yeah, they're not. There's literally no point.
No, I know. That's why I remember in Endgame, like there was no other like connection to the Reality Stone except Thor: The Dark World. I remember, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like I feel like they would have found another way to do it if there was another.
Yeah, it's just those movies are terrible.
I
But
know.
yeah, it's just like going back, showing his character change from someone who's reckless and like um confident,
That
someone
depressed.
who just like yeah, like he loses literally
I
everything.
know.
Um,
I know. It's not even like maturity. It's like being forced to mature because he was faced with so much. You know.
yeah, and he's just like empty at the very
Yeah.
end, pretty much.
Next one was the Ultron Vision one. And I like that one a
Very good.
lot
Yeah,
because half the episode, like that one was also split up into two parts. Like the first half was like his rise to power, and then the second part was like pretty much him versus the Watcher, which was really cool.
yeah, that was a really cool fight scene.
Yeah.
It's not like obviously the plot's not going to be as interesting, Black Widow and Hawkeye, but I still liked it. Like they did a good
Yeah.
plot, like B plot. Like it wasn't a terrible side plot, you know. Um, and then it ends up like I like how they go back and get what's his name? What's his name? The computer.
Oh, Zola.
Zola, yeah. Um, yeah, that was cool. But other than that, it was kind of like and Hawkeye's death obviously paralleling Black Widow's death in Endgame. I mean, yeah, Endgame. Um, yeah, but that was kind of it.
I will say like since like Ultron kind of breaks through the barrier and is like fighting the Watcher, and Hawkeye and Black Widow are trying to find a way to stop Ultron. That B plot felt honestly like greater stakes and more significant than all the other stories because all the other ones were like probably more interesting.
Yeah.
But I knew they were gonna go right because they were just like, yeah, that story will be over by the next episode. But the Black Widow Hawkeye one, it felt like if they didn't like succeed,
Hmm.
then that would have like giant like ramifications or effects or whatever on the rest of the
Yeah.
MCUs.
And like, with the only reason they survived was because they were on a plane, right? Or wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, they were up in an aircraft carrier or something, so
Yeah.
they didn't get wiped out.
Hmm. I don't know.
Which I guess sounds weird. Yeah,
Yeah, I just don't know how Vision. I mean, not Vision. Ultron wouldn't have noticed, but I guess
yeah,
I don't know. It shows like that they're not useless characters. Like at least they're given something, you know.
yeah,
Hawkeye and Black Widow, obviously, you think that they wouldn't be able to do anything, but um, and then it kind of explores Hawkeye's because we didn't get to see much of it in Endgame, like him losing his family, and that kind of happens again. It shows
yeah,
like he doesn't feel like he's anything without them. Like he literally
yeah.
just
He literally almost gives up because he thinks there's
yeah.
no.
And then I mean he dies because he doesn't want to live. Like it was a sacrifice, but it was like he wanted to, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty dark. I got
Yeah,
that's
it's like dark.
I
Yeah.
know, like it's something you would not expect going into the show. It was a lot more well thought that out than I thought.
Yeah. Um yeah, and then the interesting part was by far Ultron.
Mm.
Um and then he can just kill Thanos. It was a little bit of lazy writing, but like whatever.
It was, and I saw people like complaining about it and whatever, but it's like at the end of the day, it's just a show where like no matter how invested you get, you just have to be like, let's like go with it because it's not a major plot point of it. It's just it's for the shock value. Or
Yeah, it
whatever.
was just I don't like it was supposed to be a joke. So
Yeah,
like
so I wasn't super upset by it, but people are like,
yeah,
oh, why don't you just do that in Infinity War? It's like I don't think
I
you should
know.
think that hard.
Vision could have just right down the middle.
Yeah, I mean,
Mind Stone. Stones are so they're still I still don't know what they do. Like
they just do
why does
anything.
it shoot lasers? What is
I
it?
don't
What?
know. It makes no sense. But Danny also said this. It was like because people, I don't think Ultron's coming back in the MCU, but people were saying they want him to because he needs redemption because he was extremely nerfed in Age of Ultron. So I hope after they saw this, I saw this all over TikTok too.
I know.
I hope they're satisfied because it like obviously he destroyed
He
Thanos, so
was
it shows
supposed to be a big monster thing in his movie. Whatever Danny said, right? It was like it wasn't he was supposed to get all the Ultron bots and
yeah, they
like
were supposed to
make
create
them
a massive like face.
I don't, why would I want that? I
I'm
mean, it's
glad
not
that
like the fight I got in Age of Ultron was much better.
yeah,
It's fine.
I don't know. I just I don't know, and I don't think well this Ultron was more serious as well, so I hope that like as it wasn't like James Spader cracking.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Honestly, it didn't really bother me in Age of Ultron, but like I know that was a complaint, so
Rewatching it, I rewatched it, and it is there's so many like they just make so many quips just constantly, like every single character
yeah,
has
because
to
I
make
remember not bothering it that much, but I also watched it like a couple years ago.
yeah. It's just like the serious characters do it, like everyone does it, and it's like okay, we need to calm down a little bit.
Is it still better than the first Avengers movie?
Yes, the movie's so boring. The fight scene. That's all you remember from the
I
movie.
know that movie doesn't get enough hate. I'm just kidding. It doesn't
Yeah,
deserve
I
hate.
rewatched it enough times that I know the plot now, but like I remember when we rewatched it the first time at your
Yeah,
house. That was like a couple years ago, but like
best.
I didn't remember the movie other than the fight scene, and I
I
was
know.
like,
Then once you get to the final battle, it's fine. Like it's what
yeah,
I remember.
yeah,
But the whole hour and a half before that is like, oh my gosh,
it just drags.
yeah,
Like
it definitely.
they're on like the air carrier for like 30 minutes or an hour,
I
like
know it's just dialogue.
yeah, literally talking. Like and the beginning, yeah, it's just I don't know, it's not good. Um, yeah, that Age of Ultron was all right comparatively. Like it's still not one of the better movies, but
Yeah,
not terrible. None of the movies are bad except like four of them.
you just don't touch.
Huh?
That's like those ones you just don't touch.
Yeah, you don't watch those ones. Um, but yeah, the yeah we were on the eighth one.
Mhm. Then the
Um,
final one's the team up.
yeah, yeah, and then him fighting the Watcher. That was cool. I like how
It was.
like Ultron became aware of everything and like his goal. Like it obviously he's humanized because he's like an android, not a robot. Um, but it was cool to see like he's programmed to do one thing, that's to destroy all life, pretty
Yeah,
much. And like once he finished, like he'd serve no purpose, you know.
yeah,
The cool concept. But then he finds a Watcher, and he decides to just
yeah.
kill everyone. And he also has that spear thing that can just shoot stuff. Like what?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't get if you have all the stones, you can do whatever.
I know. Well, that's like people were complaining so about the finale or whatever, like how he was just able to like eat an entire galaxy and then he just lost to a group of like 7 heroes.
Yeah,
Doesn't really make sense. And he has all the stones, so
yeah. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't get because like Thanos used them in a way where it was clear which stone was being used,
yeah, yeah,
and it like was like you like they used colors and it just like made sense. And
yeah. He
like
like
some
connecting.
stones are like I don't know what they do. Like the Mind Stone isn't very clear on what it can do,
It makes vision.
and then the Soul Stone I have zero clue.
I don't know.
Like I
I
don't know
don't.
what you could do with it other than kill half the universe.
And the reality stone seems ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah, you can do, but like, can't you do everything with the reality stone, like everything that all
Yeah,
the
you
other
can like,
stones can
use all the
do,
other stones for that. I
kind
know.
of. I don't know.
It seems like it.
Stone is good too. I'm glad they don't overuse it. Like both Vision and well, does Vision? I mean, not Vision. I keep saying Vision. Does Ultron use it? I don't remember. He does, right? Time Stone. What does he do?
I don't know if he reverses time or anything with it. Finale.
No, because doesn't he and then Doctor Strange uses his or something, right? Yeah. He slows down time. Remember? Like they're all um going for something, and then Ultron slows down time, but then Doctor Strange has his own time stone.
I don't
Because
know. I don't remember. I don't remember the finale that well. If I'm being
yeah,
honest.
it was like I remember that
I
happening.
believe you. I just like I yeah. I remember it just being like one kind of big fight scene. So I didn't like really.
Also, I just feel like the Watcher wasn't utilized enough. He
Yeah.
should fight. I don't get why he didn't fight.
No, I didn't either. It was almost like they said something at the end like
Like he knew what was
yeah,
gonna
like he
happen.
knew what was gonna happen, but he
Yeah, but
clearly like
I don't get if he knew what was gonna happen, then like shouldn't he have known the whole time? Like, can he see into the future?
I don't know. I thought he just observes, but like he clearly has powers and like
It's like
abilities.
like the way that they describe time is that it moves on a singular plot, so you can go back and forth. It's like you know, so and it just like repeats over and over again. Like that point in time exists forever, and you can travel to it forever. So then when he's watching something, it's not like it's happening for the first time, really,
Because he could
right?
travel back, and I know.
Yeah, and so that means he can travel to the future, and then like I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, because I thought the whole idea was like Ultron broke that kind of by.
Yeah, time is so hard to.
I know, especially
There's not
the way they do it with.
Yeah, I know.
And like the TVA breaks my mind because it's like not in any specific time, right? But then
It does.
again,
It's not making sense.
events are happening at the TVA, so there has to be some sort of time happening.
I know.
Because
Yeah,
like stuff is happening. Like it's so confusing to me.
yeah. It hurts. It's like trying to think about it really hard. It just doesn't.
I know it's like a shut your brain off and just watch it type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Think too hard about it. Yeah,
Um, and then there was like the stone crusher thing.
oh yeah, like
I
Gamora.
mean, I feel like that plot device is kind of useless. It's like in the end they don't even use
I
it.
know, yeah.
It's like to buff up runtime. I feel like.
It was also weird seeing that Gamora character when she just like didn't even have an episode yet.
Yeah. So like, I get that Killmonger was a bad guy the whole
Yeah.
time, but where was he? He was. Did he fight?
I think he was there, but he just like
Where he wasn't fighting. I don't know.
I swear it was only like Captain Carter and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it pretty much. And Black Widow.
Yeah, she was also there on a motorcycle.
What other characters? Oh, Thor. What did he even do? He just shot
Just, like,
lightning.
was yelling about parties.
Yeah, and then Gamora didn't really do much. Doctor Strange carried the entire fight.
No, he does everything,
Yeah,
but then again, and then he like puts protection spells on all of them. Yeah, he's OP.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean the finale for me was just like they've earned this type of thing. Like I wasn't gonna nitpick it or hate on it. It was just like
yeah,
they can do a team up because I liked all the other episodes. So
yeah. They're like guardians of the multiverse.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it was still a good episode, just not as good as the other ones, I think.
yeah,
And then Killmonger betrays everyone like normal, and then takes the stones. And
but then
then
they
yeah.
get yeah.
Oh, and they also shoot the arrow, So he's
Oh yeah, the AI arrow.
yeah. So Zola was just trying to do the same thing as Ultron, pretty much, right?
I guess so.
He just yeah. So that makes sense. So then they go into a bubble, and then Doctor Strange has to watch them. Kind of just, I feel like they just did that to write off his character, probably.
Yeah,
Because people are obviously gonna want to see more of Strange Supreme.
I know. So you can contain him otherwise.
Yeah. And then it's cool to see like the Watcher like he said he cares for all of them. They're not just stories.
No, yeah, because he always talks about how they are just stories, but then at the end he like kind of
Yeah, and then
comes around and
gives
says they're
Black
everything.
Widow her own universe to go to.
Yeah,
Um.
I'm pretty sure he delivers her to the murder mystery timeline though, because it was a
Oh no,
big
you're
theory
right.
Captain
Yeah,
America
yeah,
and
yeah.
Captain Marvel,
Yeah. No, you're right.
and they needed her there or whatever, and there's Loki, so
Yeah. No, yeah, you're
so
right.
that was I guess a good touch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if we'll see the Watcher in like actual live action projects or just in like
Yeah, because I don't get it now. Because he was, or like they were, like there was multiple,
yeah.
and he's saying he swore an oath, but like to who? Like to the other
I
Watchers?
guess so. I don't know. Yeah.
Where
So I
are
guess
they?
they've already been.
Oh.
I always forget that.
Like I don't get if there's other Watchers. Like what are they doing? Aren't they a group? And then where do they exist? Because in the MCU they exist in a universe, but
It's so good. Like my brain just
and
breaks with
Stan
it.
Lee is the Watcher.
No, yeah.
I don't even know. It's hard because like it's hard to like keep consistent with a like over 10-year franchise.
I know because it's clear. Like they didn't think it had too much. Like they did think it had,
They
but
thought ahead, but it's just
yeah,
like at this point they're kind of going off stuff like not from the very beginning.
yeah.
They planned stuff all the way up until like Endgame. Maybe I mean not even that far. They just like had the base idea probably. Yeah. So overall, good show.
No, really good show. And I'd be down for a season two, and I hope it does happen.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's just like investing in the right ways, but not so much that I'm gonna get mad if there's something I don't like about it.
I mean, because like it's not canon, so it's not like I have to worry about
Mm-hmm.
anything. It's just like a fun show that also got more serious.
Yeah.
It was well written,
No, it was definitely one of the more like it seemed like well written and consistent out of all the other shows.
Mhm. Yeah.
But after Loki and that, I hope like I the Hawkeye trailer they just released. I'm hoping Hawkeye's good.
It's a Christmas show.
Yeah, it's so weird.
No, it's gonna be great. I thought that was his daughter. I swear, like I
And
thought
it's
that
her
for
own
the entire
character
time.
though.
No, I thought it was his daughter.
I
I thought
know.
I was like, why'd they get a new actor? And then I learned that's not his daughter. It's like, oh,
Girl who wants to be
like
Hawkeye.
what was the point of like teaching her to shoot? And then he was like, oh, you're a Hawkeye. And then people thought that was the first time that was used. It wasn't. Liars. Um,
I
like
don't even know how that started.
yeah, like I thought it was because like they don't use Hawkeye that much, but they've said it. They've referenced it. Like there's one point when they're like, oh, he's up in his hawk's nest. I think that was in the first move, Avengers. I don't know. And
Maybe I
then
don't even know. I can't even name
oh wait,
it.
no, that was in what was that in What If? I don't remember. But um, then they say he's Hawkeye in Age of Ultron, and then they say it other times. I don't know, but they say it.
Anyway, though,
Yeah. So Christmas show probably gonna be lighthearted. Hopefully.
it probably
I
comes
don't
out
want.
soon. I don't even know when it.
When is it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's November, and then they said that they're gonna release the first two episodes at once, November 24th. So,
Yeah.
and Eternals also comes out November 5th.
Lots of content.
It's weird. That's in like 2 weeks.
How did they schedule both movies to be the day before my SAT both times?
And Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm just kidding. I don't think we have basketball or anything on Spider-Man No Way Home. So
December. What is it?
17th. I forget what the calendar was, but I'm pretty sure we have like the day off of school after. So we could probably see it Thursday night, which would be December 16th.
I'm done.
I just don't want to get all those things both.
Yeah, that movie. Plus, that one's actually gonna be packed probably. The comparative.
I know it's so easy to get
Getting
tickets.
like it's like getting Endgame type hype.
I know that was
I mean, it's hard to hype up a movie as much as Endgame, but
wonder if Daredevil will be in it.
Dude, if they manage to pull off like Daredevil, Green Goblin,
I think they need to keep it still a Tom Holland story. Like I think if they put the Spider-Man there, they just have to be not cameos, but like there to guide him.
don't you need you need Toby? Have you seen him?
Yeah,
No, but he's the original,
I know he's the best one because he's the
the
first
best
one.
one, cause like when he's like, I want to put some dirt in your eye, like that line.
That deserves. I don't. That's why I'm so like. Okay, I guess it's confusing why there's a Toby fan base, but like I don't know how the Andrew Garfield one like surfaced.
One
It
doesn't
was so
exist, dude. Cause it's not.
because it didn't come out long enough ago for there to be like nostalgia for it. So I don't
No,
know.
there's no, yeah. I mean, those are the movies. I mean, they're not the movies I grew up with. They're the movies I remember more, just
Yeah,
because
those are the ones that came out like when I was
I'm
alive. So
actually a kid. Yeah, like I watched the Spider-Man one, like Spider-Man trilogy growing up, but they didn't come out because it was 2002.
2002, 2004, and 2007.
Yeah. Um. So obviously I wasn't like I watched them just like when I was old enough. But Andrew was what was it?
2012, 2014,
Yeah, I wanted to say 2014, but it seems like
2011. But yeah, second one was 2014, and Civil War came out 2016. So that was a quick turnaround.
wasn't Guardians 2014?
Yeah, it was.
Like how how did that happen? You get Chasm 2 and Guardians.
I know. Like there was a point. I know. Then 2 years later, he was just in the MCU. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I remember talking about it with like I don't remember who it was, but I was like, yeah, Gwen Stacy died. I can't wait to watch the third because I thought there was going to be, and I
They really
thought
set up
they
a
were good
Sinister Six.
movies because I was like, you know, then watching that movie is just it's so bad. The second one is so bad.
It's crazy. Like I don't know why they did that and expected there to be a third one. But yeah, I'm optimistic about the future of the MCU. So
As long as
what
they
if
don't
with
tackle too many villains, they have to realize there has to be like a pattern. It's happened twice now where they've
I
taken
know.
like on three villains.
That's what scares me about this one.
I know, and they're taking on more than that. Not only are they taking on potentially six villains for Sinister Six, they're taking on two, maybe two more. No, three. Like if Daredevil, and then like you can't have the Sinister Six and then also think Mephisto is going to be in the movie. Like you got to pick.
That's why I'm so surprised. Like that, like Doctor Strange, and as much as he's in the trailer, there's no way he has that big a role in the
I
movie.
know. I think it's just like misleading.
He cannot be. Like, yeah, no, the trailer's gonna be so misleading. I
Yeah,
don't like
it definitely
people are so
is.
eager for a second trailer. I don't even know if I like. I feel like I'd be fine without one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like, cause now that we have our
I
teaser,
to
it's
like
just,
get more answers. Also, I don't want to
yeah,
spoil.
yeah, cause we're gonna get them all anyway in like 2
Yeah,
months.
yeah. Um, yeah, because I know they like. I remember for Far From Home, like Mephisto was teased. I mean, not Mephisto, Mysterio. And I remember Danny was freaking out because he knew who he was. I didn't really know, and he was like, he got it right actually. He was like, he's using technology, but like that's literally what he does. So I mean, there's not really any theory there. But yeah, it's kind of obvious he wasn't gonna be a good guy.
If Mephisto's in No Way Home, then Danny's been right. Oh,
No, he's not. You can't say all along because you can read the text from WandaVision. He wasn't right all along.
what was I gonna say? Agatha's getting her own show too.
She's not alive. I mean, she is. I mean, but she's not though. Like she's
I just don't
dead.
get how she's like interesting enough to like get her own show.
She died. Like thinking about it, she's dead.
So Black Widow, and then she got her movie.
Like, cause no, I don't know. Cause she's like, oh, I'm gonna imprison you here, and then she erased it. So
Maybe it's a prequel.
yeah, but I don't want that either. I already got enough like background in that one
Oh, yeah,
WandaVision.
that show's actually kind of like it kind of makes me frustrated talking about that show.
But the kids, the kid Billy and
I remember. It was
Tom,
just so
wait, is it Billy and Tommy?
maybe. I don't actually even know. I think it is.
I think it.
CEO.
Dude, we're so good at guessing. Oh my gosh, I wish we could go back.
We can't go
When
back
was
to WandaVision.
huh?
We had no. I watched our WandaVision ones that were really like pretty accurate. Like
When
I'd say
did we
about
watch-
90%.
when did that come out?
When did what?
When did WandaVision come out?
January.
We just started the podcast. I checked when we like the first one we posted on Instagram was January like 12th. Something. So we started
Yeah,
in
January
January.
15th was the first WandaVision.
Yeah. So like literally just it's crazy. It's gonna be a year.
I like that. Like, not only did we have the most time on our hands, but I like that we were able to do weekly for that show because that had so many theories and stuff that it was like
Yeah, it was worth it.
it was deserving of episodic reviews.
Yeah. I wish we got it for the final because I know we were right.
Yeah, I know.
Talked about it, but we didn't get it on camera. So
But we already got so much right anyway.
yeah, we literally got everything right, pretty much. Like we were like Mephisto's a possibility.
It wasn't even as rewarding as I wanted it to be though, because it was more just like I was so disappointed in like the fan base and stuff. I mean, I guess it was the first like MCU project after a year and a half, so
Danny was so excited about everything that was introduced. Just like, oh, Mephisto is the beekeeper. That was his first theory, dude. Obviously, they're not gonna like. It ended up being such a not important character.
there
It
was there's
sword.
the mailman. Like it got and Dottie and stuff. Like it got crazy.
Every character, dude. I'm telling you, it was that one guy who was cutting the head. It's still him. The guy that was cutting the bush. Yeah, it was him. It's him, dude.
It still ties back.
He's gonna show up. He's gonna show up in Spider-Man No Way Home. Watch it be like they're gonna introduce Mephisto and then they're gonna like try to tie it back to WandaVision that he was actually manipulating.
Honestly, like after WandaVision, I'd say there's like a 70% higher chance that Mephisto shows up now.
Yeah, and then they're gonna write him in that he was actually
Yeah,
there.
it's like, oh, we
Let's
knew
make
it.
them happy and they're gonna be like, oh, we were right. Like, no, you weren't. They just like
It's because Kevin Feige said so, Steve.
dude, he told us that the episodes were gonna be 2 hours long.
No, to Danny's like, I don't know if it's to his credit, but like when he said that, I'd seen that on Instagram where everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Kevin Feige confirmed," da, da, da. And like I swear I'd actually seen like people saying that Kevin Feige was saying this. So,
Because, I don't know. Kevin Feige can say whatever he wants.
well, what's his face? Paul Bettany also said there was a major cameo at the end.
Yeah, I know. He's talking about himself.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Anyway.
the Joker.
Wrapping up What If.
Good show.
Good show.
We got lots of content coming out.
I know.
Eternals,
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, Far From Home. I mean, No Way Home. What's
Let's
after
see. They pushed all the movies back like 2 months, but
that? When does Batman come out? I forget. It's 2022, but
it's 2022. It's like January or February.
we got that.
Let's see the new release
Was
date.
it? No, it was yeah. Yeah, Danny was like, I think it was Danny. Maybe it was yeah. He was telling me how the Riddler just feels exactly like the Joker.
Yeah, he told me that as well. He was
I
texting me.
was like, well,
He was texting me like, "Oh, what's the difference between them?" I was like, "I don't even know."
I mean, the Riddler is like riddles, and the Joker is like.
Next year, dude. We really
I think the reason is because the Joker that was just portrayed in The Dark Knight isn't like the Joker shown previously. That was like I
Yeah.
think it was a completely
No,
different.
I don't think that's a
story.
comic accurate one,
Yeah, it's not.
but I liked it.
Everyone likes it.
Okay, we get Black Panther, the sequel, in a year.
It's
In
great.
November 2022. Like that's weird to me.
We get Guardians in not a year.
2023 has the Captain Marvel sequel, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Ant-Man 3.
When does the holiday special come out? Is it before?
December 2022.
Okay.
So does What If season 2. Dude, there's so many shows in 2022. Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, What If, Guardians of the Galaxy, Holiday.
Yeah, I forgot about all the second tier shows, like because those were originally teased, and I feel like I kind of forgot about them. Like
Which
She-Hulk,
ones?
like She-Hulk,
Oh yeah.
like all those. Like I forgot that they're actually gonna be shows. See, I would be excited for Miss Marvel, but I'm pretty sure she has ties to Captain Marvel.
No, yeah, she's in this Captain Marvel sequel is called The Marvels, and it's Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and then Photon.
Why? I don't even get how, because I know Miss Marvel is supposed to be like a teenager, she's like Muslim, and like that's
I'm pretty sure. I don't think they released it.
boring like that. But I don't get how that ties to Captain Marvel. Just keep her out. I don't want her.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's her. Look at her.
Like, I just find it hard to believe that that's a good show, but whatever.
Be great. Yeah, I don't know. The MC is definitely taking a different turn. Like the tone has started to feel very different in the movies.
Yeah,
For the
I
show.
don't even know how they do like a big tie-in movie either. Like, I could see individual crossovers, but like,
Because like while there were like phases, each phase, other than phase one, just because it was like the beginning, but it still feels the same throughout. Like the tone is pretty consistent. Other
yeah,
than it, like they get jokier, they kind of find their stride with comedy once like Guardians comes out and the movies actually get somewhat funny sometimes.
yeah.
And then Thor Ragnarok was also a big one.
I know they definitely shifted. So
Yeah, but like it still felt the same. Like, but now, like Black Widow, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a Marvel movie. It was a spy movie. It's kind of it. I guess like that was the purpose, but like
it's serious. That movie felt like so
weird.
not irrelevant. Just like it has.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like Shang-Chi was really Shang-Chi. I gotta, dude, I can't pronounce it right just
I
because,
know because we went so long pronouncing
yeah,
it.
because they didn't tell us.
I
Or
know.
maybe they did. I don't know.
I don't think they did.
Um, but that movie just feels very different. Like it was good, not, but also I gotta think about it still, dude. Because even from the beginning, I was like, what is happening? Like I thought the acting felt very bad just from the beginning. Not even Aquafina, but also like the main character. And
It's
then
just
once the bus fight scene happened, it was like his character was way better. And then Aquafina was just the same. And
I liked a lot of the ideas in it, but I cannot get over like how bad the green screen looked to me. Like I know everyone's saying it has great visual effects and fighting, and it did, but like when they were in that mystical realm, I like could not. It was like literally taking me out of it. I don't know if I was just hating or what, but like they looked like they were walking around a studio set with like a wallpaper in the back.
was going on. Yeah, and it's weird because like they've done that, like those big CGI fight scenes.
Yeah,
Like the fight scene on Titan was really well done.
and Endgame's an
That was.
entire CGI set. I know it
Yeah,
looks
like
fine.
and yeah. So it's not like something new.
It's hard to. It's just like the lighting on their face. Like it has this like studio glow to it, where it just
It's
doesn't
like
look.
it's like in Toby.
Yeah,
Wait, yeah, we were watching a movie and we just noticed that that was so funny. They just got the lighting wrong. Like the light was just like not coming from the sun.
that movie's so funny. Like I love Spider-Man 1.
It's it's still my favorite, even if Spider-Man 3 is just like a mess. It's funny
No,
how
Spider-Man 1 feels like it goes by in like 30 minutes, but it's so just awesome.
it's just
All the
like
way.
yeah, it like flies by. Like the movie is just like quick, but it's still paced like not bad. Um, yeah, Shang-Chi was just I don't know.
No, we gotta do a Shang-Chi podcast eventually.
I just gotta not rip on it.
I feel like that movie not died off, but I feel like everyone like was generally agreed like yeah, it was pretty good. And then I feel like I haven't heard anyone talk about it lately. Like
No, everyone was like, "This is the best movie," and then
a week later, no
yeah,
one was even speaking
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
That was a really weird like reaction to it. How everybody was
I
putting it in
know.
your top three. That was so unexpected to me. I did not
Like,
feel
and
like that
then
was gonna happen.
like where was Black Panther for people when it came out?
I mean, yeah, people were saying that was the
But I
best.
don't think it got the same like
It
Black Panther
didn't.
didn't get it got a lot of cultural hype, but it didn't get.
It was that. Yeah,
I
Shang-Chi didn't.
know, yeah. Shang-Chi was like the same, but it was also like people genuinely really liked the movie. And like, yeah, I don't know, it just felt really strange. Like, it's so weird looking at that movie and comparing it to like a classic movie like Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
a classic Marvel movie. It's like everything is different, from the fight scenes to the tone to the characters, and it's like Winter Soldier is like a loved movie by almost everyone. But it's like very Marvel's just taking a really different direction. I like the fight scenes. I like how I
No,
can
I know what you're
going
saying. Yeah, I
on.
know what you're saying.
I like the long shots, but I don't know. Like I I'm okay with shaky cam sometimes. You know,
I know
because
what you're saying.
it's like what I've grown up with. I feel like almost all action movies have a shaky
No,
camera.
it's kind of weird seeing the entire like I don't the one time I would say like I like was like eye open to it. It's like it's so random was Aquaman when they were fighting
Yeah,
at like that
no,
place
it
on the
the
rooftops. Yeah.
the fight scenes are like a lot like that movie.
Hmm.
The long shots of just like the camera movements way more um like planned out. You know, not
Yeah.
planned out, but like better done. And it's cool to see like a different perspective. The Aquaman fight scenes were that was like the one really good thing about that movie also, other than just like the other bad parts. I mean, the
And we should
movie,
also talk about the DC slate of movies eventually because there's so many things coming out.
I know, I don't know where they fall, but you
The
know,
Batman movie looks so good as well. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't watch the trailer every single day, but I still
yeah,
think like
Danny just loves the movie, and not the Dark Knight, which is so strange to me. He only saw the second one, right? He didn't see the other ones.
yeah.
I don't know what to say. First one's pretty good. Second one's amazing. Third one's good.
Dark Knight's definitely the best.
Yeah, I didn't finish the third one though. I was like watching and then just didn't. Um, and those movies are amazing. But yeah, this movie, Batman looks better than DCEU at least. At least he's in character.
People like the Ben Affleck Batman. I'm telling
But
you,
why? It's not Batman. Like
it's a thing though.
I don't get because I know what Batman's supposed to be like still, even if I haven't read the comics. It's not that.
I hate that Batman so much.
Like he's supposed to be like fueled by vengeance and justice, and it's just like he doesn't get that at all. He's just like
Doesn't
a
feel like Batman. Like he
he's
just
literally
doesn't
just a rich guy. Like that's it.
know.
That's
Even
all
when
that
he's suited up as Batman, I just like don't look at that and like think it's bad. Like it's so I don't even know how to explain it.
that's
I just
not the character. Like he's not. Like, he tries to be dark and gritty, but he's still not really. He needs to form a team, Nathan. We haven't even talked about the Snyder cut.
I know.
4 hours worth of.
Dude, Snyder Cut would be good if it was 2.5 hours, but it wasn't.
Honestly, it was a good movie.
I
Other
still
than
like it. Like it was way too long.
yeah, like so much could have been cut and maybe sped up. If they didn't use slow motion, the movie would probably be like 3 hours long. Let's be honest here.
You know, the beginning is painful because
It's like it, and the format's so predictable too. It's like they just go to every character and then they
yeah,
have a fight and it's in slow mo. It's like okay, why do we need to do this for like 6 characters? We don't want it.
you know.
At least, but yeah, the characters that didn't get. I mean, all of them actually. They all got flushed out more, which was nice.
I mean, I'd hope so with 4 hour runtime.
Yeah. And then we got to see singing ladies or something. What? I was the most. I remember we were watching it and we're just like I was just taken out of the movie. I was like, what is happening right now?
Well, because you think it would have some like significance almost,
It
like
didn't. It cut away and that was it.
yeah, so weird.
And then Iris was there, maybe. Like, was that her?
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see in the new Flash movie.
I still don't like that Flash. It's so weird and just like awkward. It's like he's trying to be funny, but he's
Bad
not.
Peter Parker.
Yeah, it is. He's like rip-off Spider-Man, but he's not. I think the Flash is supposed to be similar to Spider-Man, but character-wise, but like that was not it. Flash show can't even call it good anymore. When,
Fell off so hard. That's so like
no, I don't know what happened. Like genuinely, because they must have lost so much money to have the CGI have fallen that much.
I know. I've seen the first couple seasons. It looks like a real show. Like it,
Yeah, it was good. And then I honestly think these things on TikTok and Instagram that I see are like edited, but they're not. Like they're real scenes. It's like who signed off? Like just end the show. We don't want that.
we're making another one right now. Anyway, we'll wrap it up because I don't know. I do want to film more episodes in the future though, because I just feel like there's so much we've missed.
There's
Over.
so many shows, yeah. And just like things that we've because we're actually consistently watching movies as a group now.
I know. I know. That was the thing is we were just catching up on stuff because it was COVID, and now there's stuff like coming out, and it's like
Yeah.
harder.
So yeah. And then there's still stuff like from way back in that we like and shows that we watched that we need to talk about.
I know.
There's like a lot. Um and then there's stuff both of us need to watch potentially to talk about. There's just a lot that we need to do. I don't know. So much Marvel content
I know.
and DC content. Talk about Suicide Squad too. Movies like
I know.
really, really good. And Venom. That's literally the MCU now, Nathan.
I know.
They're canon.
And maybe he's gonna be in Spider-Man.
That he's canon. I don't. I like the movies just because they're funny, but like that,
MCU though.
they're not gonna fit.
And now do I like include Venom 1 in my MCU ranking? Like I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's part of it now. Also, Eddie Brock is just like a 30-year-old, 40-year-old. Like it's not his
Peter's in it.
character. I feel like normally it's like supposed to be Peter's age. It's strange.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about like a teenager fighting like adults, but I guess that's what he does like consistently.
Yeah. I guess he's like the Vulture is literally a dad.
Yeah, and Mysterio. But yeah, I'm excited. Maybe if Venom's thrown into No Way Home, I don't know what I to say. Like there's just like so much.
It just feels like there's no space anymore. So
Maybe Venom will help them fight. It'll be like a Spider-Man's versus the Sinister Six. So Venom and then the three Spider-Man and Daredevil.
4v6. Like
It's like it'll just end up being like a civil war where it's just like a fight.
it's just weird. It's supposed to be like the finale of a trilogy. So like it is weird that like you think there would be like the end of the trilogy and then like one more after that, but I don't know.
Is it like for sure the finale? This is the last solo movie.
They said that there was who said it? Was the director. I think it was the director said it was the end of this trilogy, and then after that, if they did another trilogy, it would be him in college and stuff, and like different. Like they're trying to move away from this like high school type of storyline,
Yeah,
which makes sense, I guess. So.
unless Steve Ditko's family
Oh my gosh.
ruins, dude. They're gonna make so many people mad. I don't know. Like they're just gonna be hated for
I
like
just
the
feel like
rest
there's
of
no
their
way
life.
that's really for like the issue of the rights. Like I feel like that just has to be money.
No, yeah, it's definitely just for money.
I know Marvel will probably keep it. They just have to pay all that off now. So.
Yeah, but I mean it's Disney, so it's not like they don't have money to spare.
Oh yeah.
They just need to buy it from Sony.
I know.
Like they need to finally do that, just to get away from. So we can finally, because they're negotiating a deal to finally get Spider-Man on Disney Plus, right? He's supposed to come on, I think,
Do you know where?
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I don't even know where it's on right now. So
It's not on. Is it on anything? Or what does Sony have? Who? No,
maybe like stars or something.
I don't know. Yeah, and then there's also the Spider-Man show. The one good one is the one that like
Is it
being
on it?
approved by Sony, and then obviously
Venom.
Miles Morales, and then Venom, which is yeah same
No, they don't. I just feel like they'd make so much more money if they just gave that to Disney, like they sold it,
yeah
get more streams that way, because it's just sitting doing nothing right now. So,
you know, and they can actually like fully use Tom Holland
I don't know.
because they're gonna have to renegotiate a new deal because I think he signed on for
5 minutes.
originally it was 5 minutes like I don't remember so. So it's gonna be hard to see him go. Like I've already let everyone else go, but like Spider-Man leaving the MCU is gonna be sad.
Yeah, no. It's just weird how he's already been in it for like 5 years. Like it
I
could be.
know, yeah, he's like a newer character, but also
Yeah.
not really. Um, but like he's probably gonna be replaced by Miles Morales, so
Yeah.
because he's exists, like they teased it.
Yeah, yeah, they mentioned.
Because the one dude is, oh, that's Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the names of those characters. This show is so weird. But yeah, he's the uncle. What's his villain? Or like, what was he in? Um, what's it called? Into the Spider Verse.
I don't know.
I forget what his name was, but I don't know.
I
But like, we haven't seen because there's like, because I watched the show, like the Spectacular Spider-Man show, and it's like cool to see all the Spider-Man villains, but we haven't because there's like distinct villains. Like they each have like a thing. Like there's the animal-based villains, which are like um Scorpion, Rhino,
Lizard and stuff.
Lizard, and then um like yeah. I mean they're all like pretty animal based kind of. But then there's like the crime bosses and we haven't seen any of those.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see like obviously Kingpin was already in Daredevil, but that was like a really obviously like one of the best villains that we've seen so far. So it'd be cool to see. And like in the Spectacular Spider-Man show, there's like a dude that's like that. He's called Tombstone, but then he doesn't really do much after. It's like weird. They kind of write him off. Doc Ock is OP in that show too.
No, he's in the.
You don't watch it. It's good.
I don't know, I'll check it out.
Also, the
Okay.
Shocker isn't just a dude with like punching things. He has like weird. I don't even know. Like shoots beams. Very strange. But it's like Toby was written correctly. And the movies were good. That's what it would be. Like it feels very comic accurate because I know that Toby, like the Spider-Man trilogy, was comic accurate, and it is, but it's good comic accurate. And like the way the episodes are framed or like made, it is just like it is written like a comic. Like he just fights one villain, and then go the next episode he fights another villain, and then also deals with like his high school life.
I feel like I should check out the show though.
Just watch him. So
Hmm.
that's what I did. I finished it like really soon or really quickly. It's only 2 seasons, and there's like 5 different love interests. No, yeah, like made that up, but it actually is 5. Like, yeah, there's Mary Jane, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, um, Liz, then Black Cat, and the receptionist, not receptionist, secretary for J. Jonah Jameson. What's her name?
I don't even know her name.
She's in the. She like, yeah, I don't know, but she's also a love interest temporarily.
I think I gotta go.
Yeah, we, yeah, probably. Okay, let's end it. This ended up just being a conversation at the end.
I know.
Um, okay, so sub to the podcast if you haven't. Like the video. Comment if you want to see something out, like what you want to see. Um, follow our Instagram at podcast underscore time underscore times. That's on Instagram and TikTok. Same at. And we post like, well, we haven't, but we will maybe. We post like clips, highlights. That's it. Yeah, we'll be back soon, hopefully, with stuff. I don't know what we're gonna film, but we'll film something.
I
Probably
love
Squid
guests.
Game, but we'll see. Okay, say bye.
Bye.
Bye.